That's always it too. Like, it's great because once you've done that, now we don't have to argue about our policy.
Welcome to the best hour of their day podcast with your hosts, Jason Fernandez
And me, Jason Ackerman. With more than 20 years in the business,
as both coaches and affiliate owners,
our passion is to help create world-class affiliates
and coaches by building
better boxes. Welcome to
the best hour of your day.
We're here with Kelli Wunsch, Aliso CrossFit, and today we're going to talk all about systems and operations at the box because you've really leveled up your affiliate over the last 2 years.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. There's Todd. There's your husband.
Yeah. I want to talk about your journey to be an affiliate owner, and then we'll kind of lead into that. So when did you become an affiliate owner?
January 2023.
So you are 18 months
Yes.
into this. How was it
I was what?
becoming an affiliate owner?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it all happened in 2 weeks.
So, well, tell us about it. That's
That's why I'm asking. Yeah,
more common than you realize, right? A lot of affiliate owners
2 weeks is
we're
fast.
closing. Who wants this place? So what was your 2 weeks like?
That's exactly what happened. And they were de-affiliated. So it was like
They were actively de-affiliated?
Uh-huh.
What did they do wrong?
Oh, no.
No, I think they voluntarily.
It was a volunteer.
Like,
They
Don
weren't-
Fall was like,
You're out.
No. They just weren't affiliated.
they de-affiliated. What was their reasoning?
I don't know.
If you're okay.
I don't know.
How long were they de-affiliated for? Do you know?
No, in fact, I was surprised that they were.
Oh, you had no idea.
No.
You were just a member.
We were a member. That's where I first started CrossFit in 2013. And then we left a couple years later. And then Todd was doing some coaching there, and I would drop in every once in a while.
Got
December 15th, we got the call and they asked us if we wanted to buy it. And we had already started that conversation earlier in 2022. So we said yes. I immediately contacted Katie Hogan and I said, we're opening under our name January 1st and it's important for us to be affiliated. And she pushed it through and we were immediately.
When did you find out they weren't affiliated? Obviously somewhere in
I
the
don't
conversation.
think it was
'Cause I don't
a
remember.
huge
I don't know
shock.
that. Yeah.
I don't know that it was a huge shock. It just wasn't something that was really on my radar.
Got it.
So,
Why was it important for you to be an affiliate?
because we love CrossFit and we wanted to represent CrossFit and we wanted to change the culture of Aliso CrossFit.
What were some of the observations that you had? So obviously you're a member there. You're like, hey, I'm seeing things.
I was a member. I left in 2017.
But then was he, or I don't know where
Todd
he just
was
went. I
coaching
know, but
there.
he was standing there and I disappeared. But was he still coaching there when you guys purchased it, or you guys were completely detached when you purchased it?
We were completely detached. He wasn't a coach. They would call him occasionally when they needed a fill-in coach.
Got it. All right. Bad sign already.
pitch-
Not because of Todd, but
pitch
yeah.
hitting over there.
Okay, so
And where were you going at the time?
Eternity CrossFit.
Did you say Eternity? Oh, with
Eternity.
Gary.
Yeah, with Gary.
Oh, you were Gary's bot. You may know
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
So how much eyes on did you have of the affiliate before purchase?
Quite a bit early
Okay.
on, which is why it didn't work out when we first were having the conversation. And the rest of the year went by. And so when they came back to us, we came to an agreement.
Right.
So
And then-
we pretty much knew everything
Okay.
about it. We knew that we were going to go in with money out of our pockets
Right.
monthly.
Okay.
So
What were some of the things, because a lot of what, a lot of your transition into affiliate owner has to do with essentially like putting rules and structure in place, which is very hard for affiliate owners, like emotionally in a lot of senses. Like there's usually, he's like
He's
rolling
not-
his eyes.
Well, it's hard. No, you're absolutely right. It's just like, it's one of the biggest obstacles for affiliate owners in general. We open this business, we're like, it's going to be fun.
Right.
It's like, wait, we need rules?
Yeah.
We need to have systems?
What were some of the things that you guys immediately observed that were like, hey, we got to put some parameters on this stuff?
well, right off the bat, the membership options.
There were
Unlimited
many.
number.
There were
There
many.
were
There were
many,
many. There were
and-
many.
We had
Quantify. What do you think? How many? Do you remember?
Oh, she filled out the entire
Oh,
list.
that would always,
Yeah.
you know,
I think
when
that list
someone
is 17
joins,
long. I think it's 17 before you have to like make new lines.
we ask
Yeah.
for like every membership option, and whenever it's like there's not, I'm like, oh my god, like how do like this is the first thing we need to fix.
And again, this is not
Yeah.
poo-pooing. This was how many years of essentially legacy.
Right. It's always like the 2019 rate, the 2020 rate, the 2021 rate, the 1.5 times a week rate. Like,
Right, yeah.
There were definitely the legacy rates, and then there was like a group rate for
There were
some
rates that
people,
made no sense.
right, where it's like, hey, my 4 buddies over here are gonna come in. How much?
$60 a person
Great deal for them.
for
Yeah.
them.
And that's
Yes.
not weekly.
Right. It's not weekly.
Right. So
you went through and helped her clean that up. Was that one of the first orders of business?
yeah, I mean, because in that scenario, I don't want to say like the circumstances are like dire, right? They knew what they were walking into. They understood that the financial output was going to be. But in scenarios like that, we have to be a little bit more urgent about, hey, that we need to make some changes here relatively quickly, because if you could afford to bleed the cash, there's no need to.
Is there a balance with how fast a new owner does that when they first come on taking over?
Yes. Yes.
Do you think it should be faster or slower?
I think there's so many variables that go into that with regard to what is the new owner's relationship with the community? What is the general vibe inside of the gym? When was the last time they did a rate increase inside of that? What is the old owner going to be there or not still? Like, all of these things have nuanced implications on rolling out, pricing reset inside of there. And there's this, I wouldn't say it's as complicated as you get, but it was as muddied.
It was muddied.
Yeah, it was muddied.
We didn't even have one standard price.
And well, walk us through, flash forward. How did it go? And B, how's it going today?
Everybody welcomed us. We had friends there, so that went well. I think I was feeling a little bit trying to gain their trust. That Todd and I had business background, so we weren't just members, we weren't just coaches and athletes, but we have business background. And we had the trust immediately. And then with the rates, we did establish these are our rates going forward. And then it took some time for me to be able to send the letter that we were bringing everybody else up.
Time, like just you mentally needed the time to.
I wanted to do more there, some more improvements before we sent the letter.
So you established with Fern what the new rates would
Right.
be
Net new.
for anyone new walking
Net new
in,
people,
right?
yeah, net
Absolutely.
But then all the current Aliso CrossFit members, how long was the gap between you taking over and we're sending this letter?
Months?
About
Yeah.
8 months.
Yeah.
That's a little long. I thought if you
It
would have
was-
said 2 or 3, I would have said, okay, but that's not unreasonable. And I think it's important. That's the conversation we always need to have. Like, your community better. And also we know this only goes well if you're confident in it.
That's why we'll wait,
Absolutely.
because
And
she was not comfortable with it.
I wasn't in the beginning, and then we had the holidays.
Right.
We had the first of the year. When I finally did it, I was so confident. It was so easy to send that email, and the feedback from the members that were grandfathered in was fantastic. They're like,
Tell us about that, though. That's interesting. What improved your confidence? Because this is what affiliate owners need to hear. I'm afraid to send this rate increase. Well, like imposter syndrome, of course, you just haven't done it before. You should be nervous. So what boosted your...
Or which she's going to address here, I think, is you should be nervous because there's things you haven't done yet
Right.
that will give you the
confidence?
confidence to do the rate increase.
Yeah, so what were maybe a handful of things you were doing to change that?
I knew we had great coaches, and that I'm not saying they didn't have great coaches before, but we have such an amazing coaching team. The feedback we get from the members was great. The programming was great. The upgrades. I just felt so good about everything.
feel,
that
right.
It is a feel, and just
All of
through-
those things are experiential, by the way, just for reference. Like, they're things that are palpable to clients when they come into the gym. They're like, oh, it's a good vibe. That coach is interacting with me. I'm getting what I want out of this. This is what gives you the ability to do a price increase and not have people throw rocks at you. So
They had gone through an ownership change already, and so I wasn't 100% certain that they were going to be like welcoming new ownership. Everyone's kind of on their heels a little bit. We're not sure what's going to happen. So I wanted to give them an experience, a CrossFit experience. And so by the time we did bring everybody's rates up, there wasn't going to be any question, and there wasn't.
There is a component of you do have to earn it.
Yeah.
You have to earn it, right? You have to
That makes
earn
sense.
trust, right? Like
Yes.
anytime you change it, if I change the price, I don't care what it is, I am fundamentally breaking an agreement that we previously had. I'm not saying like illegally, but like, hey, well, this is it. I'm like,
changing
we're
it.
changing it, right? So like, you do have to acknowledge that there is a bit of that needs to be acknowledged, and if handled incorrectly, if you're flippant about it, if you're just like, well, we just got to do what we got to do, so you guys got to suck it up, then people are like, not really. I can leave. I
Right.
can, But if you approach it differently, then if you approach it from a customer service standpoint, again, going back to what we were talking about with the PushPress guys, like, people get it. CrossFitters are uniquely gifted at recognizing effort. Or even if it's not fitness related, if they're like, man, they're trying, they're like putting in the effort. Like, I can see it, I'm good. And I think that's what's cool.
So how
And you wanted there to be value add. Didn't want to just say,
For sure.
okay, we're the new owners, we're raising your rates.
because we can.
Because we can.
Or because
And it-
we have to.
And it was
right?
successful
And we
though,
have-
as
was
a whole.
successful.
When you say successful, quantify it. 100%.
100%.
Wow. And that's
100%.
and those were some lofty changes, because if they were grandfathered in, or maybe you had a few.
Some of them were steep. Some of them were like more than $100.
They were,
Yeah.
definitely. More
And
than
you
100.
still at
I-
100%.
I gave them 3 months notice, so it took me that long to send the email, and then I gave them 3 months
Which
notice.
is for $100 more than reasonable.
But then some of the bigger jumps, I gave them small increments.
That's-
so
yeah.
we're almost all the way there.
And now how many rates are there?
One.
And then duration, like how long they stay for, or is it just have one rate period?
Okay, so we have 3 rates then.
Right,
So
you're
we
fifty-
have
agree.
the,
Agreements,
Yeah.
Yeah.
agreement links.
But that, how much easier is it to sell a membership when,
it's so much easier.
and you're not worried they're going to talk about it behind the scenes? So rate increase, one of the systems in operations
Yeah.
you've put into place. What else?
So we have open gym, we have hybrid in there.
Man,
so
I
we
love
have
it. Let's get controversial, Kelli. Let's do it. Open gym. Do it, everybody.
open gym during non-class time.
During non-class times, you're already setting some parameters on it.
Right? And it seems in the very beginning, I don't know that there were any real policies around that. People could come and go. And so injuries, I would get this. Hey, I'm just going to go do my thing over here during class.
Right, I'm hurt. I can't do class, so I'll do a worse workout for me by myself.
My shoulder hurts. I'm gonna go do some pull-ups.
Yeah, no,
During class
no
times.
coaching. Yeah.
And so we did have a member do that. And it was very distracting. And I had to be strict with the policy. And they left. And they're back.
That's always it too. Like, it's great because once you've done that, now we don't have to argue about our policy. Like, you left, realized either nothing was better, you weren't happier, etc. So now that you're back, these are the rules. So are you noticing over the last 18 months, like, the rules are easier to uphold?
100%. 100%. We have rules, we have policies, they're posted.
You enforce
I don't-
them.
Yes, and I
That's
have
the
to
big piece.
give
That's the
credit.
big piece.
I enforce them.
You have to enforce them.
Even when it's hard. But
When
having
it's friends, like you said.
What's
They're
that?
friends.
Yeah.
And I think every affiliate owner feels that way. And it's like, I've got to enforce these rules with my friend. Yes. Because if you don't,
Yes.
it's a slippery slope.
And there's a reason that we have that policy.
Right.
And if somebody's injured, we still want you to go to class because guess what? We have great coaches. And there are scales for everything. And come to class. And rather than doing an open gym during class time and being a distraction, come in and be a leader and show the other members that when you have an injury, you can come in and the coaches know what to do to help you.
What were some of your reservations? They're like, hey, we gotta put this genie back in the bottle. Like, what are you thinking about there? Like, what's your initial gut reaction? Like, hey, we have to essentially like really fundamentally change open gym policy.
I think just that. I think a couple members just simply saying, hey, I'm here for class, but I'm going to do my own thing over here.
How big is
Having-
your space?
It's just under 3,000.
Which isn't small, but if it's one open space, it's like you're over there. Like
Yeah.
we hear you. Like you.
I'm trying to give the whiteboard brief and you're doing your assault bike interval.
Right, like
Yeah.
and
Whoa.
dropping a 95-pound barbell.
I'm like,
Yeah.
So
have some awareness, please.
With the injury.
right, that's part of it. When you had open gym originally, was there a charge for it?
The previous owners charged for it, and I am not charging for it.
So you've changed it.
Uh-huh.
You increased rates, but you've now included open
I-
gym, so that's part of your membership.
With the hybrid, correct. It's part of the membership.
And again, that
They
goes
didn't
back to
have
what
that.
we said. Some people we encourage that, depending on the. I think it was probably an opportunity because you were doing such a substantial increase, and then others are like, "Hey, we need to charge for it," as long as it makes sense.
Do you have a lot of pushback when you start putting rules in place?
None.
It's also
No,
easier
and-
to put rules in place when you're like, "This is included in your membership."
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I
none,
think- and
none
that was-
whatsoever.
That's where some of the confidence was, too. We knew we gave a lot, and we wanted to give. It wasn't so we could raise money. It's because we wanted to provide the most amazing experience for them.
Affiliate owners, if you want to grow revenue, what you need to understand is impact first. Offering the best classes and changing people's lives is how you get the revenue that you are searching for inside of the affiliate. And that starts with running fantastic classes here inside of the box. If that is something that you are looking for, we've got world-class coaches that are going to help you do that and help you run a better box. Everything from the coaching on the floor to the systems on the back end, we're going to cover it all. Book a call. We'll see you guys on the inside.
What? Okay, so we've talked about rate increase, open gym. What else? Have you done class evaluations?
No.
Is that next?
It is.
I-
We spent a lot of time just putting like wireframing things because they were new. There was essentially no structure whatsoever. So you have to like get all of that, make sure it all runs the way that it should. And now you can like refocus back on the main thing. But if the frame, if the guts of the business are not what they should be, you can end up spinning your wheels in a lot of different areas and never getting any traction, right? So an example of this would be, hey, we want to do coach evaluations. We want to upskill our coaches, and we want to do CEUs. And I'm like, but I don't have the money, and I'm broke. And I'm like, well, it's because your financial model is a disaster. And if you fix that, which I know you're avoiding because you have a money thing, then that will give you the resources, the time to then redivert your energy over to either the clients or the coaches or whatever it can be. So yeah, there's definitely an order of operations that allows you to move the ball down the field. And when you do it out of order, it sucks. It ends up being a tremendous amount of rework, or just you're in the hamster wheel of bad decisions, at which point you're like, everything sucks. And you're like, whoa, yeah, if you do it out of order, for sure. So
I will say the order we've done it, thank you for that. It's been so helpful. Honestly, I would not be where we are today without you guys, 100%. Like, I'm so grateful, and every little thing that we do makes sense at the time that we're doing it. And
what do you, I mean, I'm curious what your if you're like, what's your self-awareness with regard to like, because I remember our early phone calls or like interacting with you versus now, very different.
what was it like?
Kelly was like super high stress. You're like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, very, very noticeable.
Very
Even on
different.
the Monday call.
yeah, very different. Do you notice that?
I noticed it.
I think you know who notices
I
it?
totally noticed it.
Todd.
Todd.
Because that's what I remember when Todd we were in the bathroom in Nashville. He's like, "You've done a lot for Kelly."
She would be on small group calls, and I would see Todd kind of pacing in the background, just kind of like peeking his head. And
He's like the guy. He's like the coach. He's like, "I've been telling her this."
Yeah. He's like,
yeah.
he would give me a subtle nod in the back. He's like, yeah, tell her, do it, tell her what to do. Yeah.
We started off as partners, and he immediately stepped away. He's like, "Oh gosh, I can't keep up with you."
Smart man.
Yeah. Well, also it's challenging husband and wife to own a gym.
What?
So,
Yeah. Go ahead.
well, you the confidence. Tell us more about that. What with doing small things at the appropriate times. How has that just transitioned and helped you lead better?
That's a really good question. I think all the support that we get. First of all, networking with some of the people from Best Hour. There's some other affiliate owners out there that
Ren is a good buddy, right?
Ren,
And you in the California area, you got quite a few.
And before I signed up with you guys, I connected with Zia. So she's
Yep.
Oh,
been a
Zia's out there at
mentor.
Counterculture.
You know, those are quick text messages, and like I had a lot of support. And eventually, getting the ball rolling, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got this. Everything makes sense. It didn't make sense to me in the beginning. I just knew I knew how to run a business. I knew how to do CrossFit. But marrying the two was like, holy shit, what am I doing?
It's a unique business model.
It's a unique business model.
And I think something that you're mentioning here for anyone interested is we do have a community within a community. Right?
Oh, meaning best hour. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our
We do.
affiliate owners are
we essentially have a
unique.
big gym.
Yeah, but
Best hour
but
has a gym
all,
of gym owners.
they
Yeah.
all just want to help each other.
Yeah.
I mean, in our Monday call, which is all about the wins of the week, continues to be a big call. And I'm always like, these guys just love hearing other people, like, seeing like, oh, Kelly did it, I can do it. Ren did it, I can do it. Right? Seeing other affiliate owners doing the thing shows you, like, this isn't a unicorn or snowflake thing. This is just Kelly's been here doing the work, and now she's seeing success. I think that's what's really fun to see within the
I'd be
community.
curious your thoughts.
Absolutely.
So obviously there's tons of different types of gym owners. Like let's call it like 5 or 6, kind of like we could put them in buckets about like what they gravitate to inside of like how we coach people. What were some of the most beneficial things to you? I always kind of like to know because like, dude, sometimes people will ghost us for months. And we'll check in like, nope, I've just been over here doing the thing, crushing it. Everything's
Yeah.
working well.
Thank
and
you
then,
guys.
Yeah,
Like,
some
I
people
haven't-
some people should just show up to the Monday motivation calls. I'm like, this is all I need. I just needed that pump at the beginning of the week to go and then do the thing.
Yeah.
Like, what were some of the things that like kept you going through a lot of that? Because a lot of that stuff is hard. It's training, right? It can
No.
be stressful.
No, I love it.
All of it,
I love all of it.
every bit.
Every bit.
You're a unicorn.
I am.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Give me more. I want everything and I want it all right now. And do I have time to do it all right now? No, I don't. But just piecing it together, it's like just keep giving it to me. I absolutely love it.
So on that note, because that's a double-edged sword in and of itself.
Okay.
Right? So, hey, I need all the things, but then you're like, hey, what are some things that what are some tools that you've learned to develop with regard to, hey, I can only do so much here, but I got all the information, but I can't implement or execute all the information right now. Like, are there certain things that you have developed, whether it's time management or prioritization or like whatever inside of it that says, hey, I've got all of this, but like, I'm definitely not going to try to do it all at one time.
Well, that was a mindset. I just had to be okay with it. I had to be okay with I'm not going to finish this one thing this 1 week. I might finish it in 3 and I'm okay. And guess what? Nobody else knows that except me. So I'm a little bit hard on myself, right? Like I want to just be the best at everything that I do. But the gym's still running great. Nobody sees it. Nobody knows. And I learned to be okay with that.
I get asked all the time, what gym software should a gym owner use? And the short answer is, I don't care. What I care about is the companies like PushPress design software that helps gym owners run better businesses. So if you're working with a software company, you're not happy, and you don't know what to do with the information that software gives you every single day, check out PushPress. They've got built-in systems like the 180-day journey that we helped them build inside of PushPress Grow that'll help you interact with your clients at a better clip in order to improve your retention. So if that's something you're interested, reach out to those guys at PushPress and help you run a better box today.
We talk a lot about systematizing the gym. What are some things you've done for you personally that has helped you be a better business owner? Like you say maybe a little less stress on those projects. Is it I create rules and I work during these hours? Or, I know recently we've talked about maker days, manager days. What are some of the things you've implemented just on as a person to be more efficient at running the box?
I asked for some support from the coaches for certain hours of the day so I could block out my calendar and get the work done.
Okay. Tell us more. I want to know about this because everybody runs into this issue. Support. And what of that? You're looking for support. You need to free up time. What's that conversation look like?
Well, the conversation never happened. Well, the conversation didn't happen for a long time because
Right.
I don't like to ask people
This is
for
exactly
help.
why I'm asking the question. Yeah.
But it's not because I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to take away from their time with their families to do something for me. It just felt like an awkward ask. And then the mastermind happened, and someone asked me the question, like, have you even asked them for help? And I said, no, why not? So I asked for help the very next day, and they were so happy to help. And one coach said he thought I wanted to coach all the noon classes. So all I had to do was ask, and it freed up my time, and I wish I would have asked sooner.
But that's a great point for affiliate owners. Like, your coach was under the assumption, oh, Kelly wants this. Meanwhile, you didn't, but you're afraid to ask. And then simply by asking, you got what you need. This coach actually got something they wanted. Like Fern would say, like, you gave them an opportunity. You sent the elevator back down. And now, doubling down, you have the time to do all the, when we say maker work, whether it's rolling out a new project like the Committed Club, whether it's scheduling social media for 2 hours, like doing the stuff that takes some bandwidth and creativity. You need that time, which a lot of affiliate owners don't have.
Right.
This is not a small change, though. So, like, as soon as you say that block of time, like, my mind starts doing math on, so you don't have to do the noon anymore. How much time conceivably, so, okay, let's call it 5 classes a week that you're coaching?
It's only a couple days a week.
So
but even on those days.
Even a couple days. So that time that you get back is how many hours across those couple of days?
I think I get about 6 hours.
That's so much time.
That's a great point, because people are like, well, it's just the noon class.
It's not just the noon class.
I've got to be there, just early, stay late, and
class.
it's like, I can't dig into work at 10 a.m. because I know I'm going to have to detach at 11 and get ready. So I've added 2 hours on the front, 2 hours on the back, and I can do that. Like, what are you accomplishing? Because this only makes sense if you're like, well, I got my noon class covered so I can watch Netflix over here. That doesn't do anything. What are you doing during that time?
It's so great. I sit behind my computer, and all I do is work.
Are you going to study hall?
I don't go to study hall.
We have twice a week most weeks where it's just an open Zoom call and people can hop on just to work together.
Yep.
Like a study hall. You're not taking advantage of that, but that's fine.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying. I'm just
no,
curious,
I've thought about it a few different times.
It's just a good way for accountability.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But what are you doing during that time?
When I'm working, I'm doing all the sprint things. Unfortunately, I'm still doing social media posts.
Let's do some coaching here real quick. How much time are you spending on social media posts per week?
I would say an hour a day.
And then and on that hour a day, what is the product? What is the outcome of that hour of work?
How many posts?
Usually one a day, and then some repost from other people.
Now I have a question. Why is that taking an hour?
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at it.
So let's go further.
I'm not
What do you
great
mean?
at it.
What do you mean you're not great at it? What about it is taking an hour?
Probably my perfectionism. Like
Okay.
what I'm putting out at my age and the people that are reading it that are younger, they're two different things.
Who's your ideal demographic at the gym? Who's your ideal customer? What do they look like? Give me an age range.
Let's say 40.
Okay, cool. So then what you're putting out is exactly talking to who you wanted to talk to.
That's true.
So
Good point.
This is what I want everybody to understand. There are certain things that people are doing. You're spending far too much time on them, thinking that if I spend more time on this thing, that the outcome will be significantly greater. And the reality is it's inverse, which is there's only so much of that you need to allocate time to. Otherwise, it's now negative, right? There's a point of diminishing return with regard to like spending, like tooling that social media post and mussing around with the copy and all that other kind of stuff. That should be a hit send, forget it, and move on for many reasons. Number one, there's probably no data to suggest that you spending all of that time has some sort of positive ROI where somebody comes in, hey, I saw that post, I read that thing, and that's why I'm here. And then everybody forgets. Mm-hmm. Most people won't see it anyway, right? So when you think about social media specifically, you have to understand there are exceptions to this rule. South America and Latin American countries, a lot of people in those countries find gyms via social media handles. The States, UK, not the case. Everybody is going to end up maybe on those social media channels to verify what either they searched on Google or somebody told them, and then they will go back to the website, and then that's where they will reach out. If I think of oh my God, 16 years as affiliate owner, I could probably count on two hands the number of people that have reached out directly inquiring about the gym via social media.
No, I agree. It's like
Yeah,
I looked at
you're
your
right.
site, I saw the little icon at the bottom, so I clicked on it because it's going to give me slightly different insight into what goes on there. And then I was right back on the site filling out your form.
Right. So I think it's like, hey,
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
5 minutes there, high quality picture of somebody that is, having a good time interacting with the coach that shows that, hey, this is what our clients look like. We keep this up to date to some degree. But outside of that, like, you're not a virtual company. Like, you're not going to get reach on those things. It's just not great ROI for your time.
My guess is you have an hour set aside for that, and the first 50 is scrolling. And then you're like, okay, I got to do a post. Versus, because you said reposting as well, which I think there's some value to, but I would say, to Fern's point, Monday, Tuesday, whenever you're back, go on, do a post. Just time yourself. How fast can I do a post? Now you have that standard set. Anything
Okay.
beyond 7 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I would then say,
What if people
cool.
don't like it? Who cares? Move
Yeah.
on. Post
But
it
I
again
would
tomorrow.
and now what I would tell
Okay.
you to do is,
I like that.
if it takes you 7 minutes, cool, do 7. And that means in 1 hour you've done the week now.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take you more, 2 hours tops for an affiliate to do a week of social media posting. And you can,
Okay.
That would be an
Long.
immense amount of time.
right, but you could set it
Now,
on
if you're
your
going to be
phone.
making reels and stuff like that, that's different. But I still have my reservations about, like, is that where if you are a one-person
Yeah.
show, then I do not think you should be
one
spending your time
picture,
there.
one post a day.
As you get more team, more resources, and you want to ramp that up, I'm here for it. But when it's you, and I'm like, dude, get a picture of Jay looking happy, high-fiving a coach, and move on.
Not going to
Okay.
happen.
That's it.
But, so you're going to systematize that. Give us one more thing you're considering. What's next to systematize, to operationalize when you get back to the box?
Definitely, we're going to get into coach evaluations.
Cool.
Looking forward to that.
And I think
that's
taking over the box, that's good. It's good.
Yeah.
That's a hard one also to, like, hey, we just took over and now we're going to evaluate everybody. Because your coaches are going to be like, what? Am I going to lose my job? Or now you've established we've got a good, relationship. You're not going anywhere. You've seen what we've done with everything else. We want to do that for you. We want to level this up.
yeah,
Cool. Coaches evaluations.
yeah,
Cool. Last question.
yep.
Relatively new affiliate owner, purchased the affiliate. In that time, you've learned many things, I'm sure. Share a couple things with affiliate owners out there who might be in your similar situation, that lessons learned for you.
Lessons learned would be sticking to the policy. They're created for a reason. Stick to them. Be strong, and network. Ask other people for help. That was instrumental for me, because flying solo, you don't know what you don't know, and there's so many people out there willing to help, and ask for it. Yeah.
Ask for help.
Ask for help.
Ask for
for
help.
help.
Just not your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Your
ask.
husband.
Yeah. Just not for the business. Yeah. But
But that's just so great. Like
That's
Fern
it.
said, we get true joy and satisfaction about seeing affiliate owners like you really create a business. So many affiliate owners open their gym and they have a hobby, they have like something, but it's not
Right.
a fully thought out business.
Right.
And it's really cool to see you have it, because he sees it, I see it, the team sees it, Todd sees it, your members see it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
trickle
thank you.
down. It's
Yeah.
trickle down, and like Fern, it's not even been 2 years yet.
Yeah.
Right.
You've got
Yeah.
so many levels you're gonna still go up. This has been awesome.
Yeah, thank
Aliso
you.
CrossFit, keep up the great
That's it.
work.
yeah,
Thank
super
you.
proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Keep
Thank
it up.
you.
Cool. See you guys next time. Thanks for checking out this episode of the Best Hour of Their Day podcast. We appreciate you listening and choosing to have us help you in your passion for coaching and affiliate ownership. You can find more episodes just like this on all podcast platforms. If you're interested in learning more, you can reach out to us on any social media platforms, or you can visit www.besthouroftheirday.com to book a call. If you found this episode helpful for you, please share it so that we can help other coaches and affiliate owners to help build a bigger and stronger CrossFit community. Thanks for listening.